Hands down, the best story from the weekend is the story of Javier Milei, the unapologetic libertarian economist from Argentina, cruising to victory last night by 8 points with a promise to use that roaring gas-powered chainsaw to slice his country's bloated socialist government to bits. Milei, referred to as El Loco when he was younger for his antics, with a shock victory as socialism shows clear signs of failure and collapse again in Latin America, a story that is on repeat. The Argentines, seeing those signs, trying to save their society before it turns into Venezuela or Cuba or Ecuador or Chile. Recent left-wing administrations have done to Argentina exactly the same things we're seeing here in the United States, printing money to rapidly expand the government, bribing their voter base with free goodies. It is the same shtick every single time. And it's a trap. It's always a trap. Javier Milei knows the truth. Socialists are duplicitous animals, telling voters everything they want to hear as they destroy their society. Milei isn't afraid to eviscerate the cancerous tumor that is the socialist politician, and he does not mince words.
You can't give leftists an inch. Can you define leftists? All collectivists, all kind of collectivists. But why do you call them? Because they are. If you think differently of them, they will kill you. And since we are getting better than them, since we are crushing them in the cultural battle, we're not only superior economically, we are morally superior. We are aesthetically superior. We are better than them at everything, and that triggers them. And since they can't beat us with real arguments, they just use the repressive apparatus of the state with loads of taxpayer money to destroy us, and yet they are still losing. They had to remove the blacklist, you understand? They're losing. They're desperate. Leftists are losing the cultural battle for the first time ever. They are cornered, those leftists.
Oh, that sounds so good. You could listen to that all day long. So cathartic in these insane times when we're surrounded by all these socialists in this country. Rare to see somebody with the stones to call the left what they truly are. Milei speaks even bolder than Trump did. He's completely unafraid, and the people absolutely love him. His anger is totally justified. He's fighting an ideology that is destroying the world one country at a time, has destroyed so many countries in his area. He's fighting the same disease that our nation is fighting, only his nation is far sicker. A government with one goal: say whatever it needs to say to grow large enough so that people can never escape it. Javier Milei will now attempt to dismantle a rather large tumor.
Turismo y deporte, afuera. Ministerio de Cultura, afuera. Ministerio de Ambiente y Desarrollo Sostenible, afuera. Ministerio de las Mujeres y Género y Diversidad, afuera. Ministerio de Obras Públicas, afuera. Aunque te resistas. Ministerio de Ciencia y Tecnología e Innovación, afuera. Ministerio de Trabajo, Empleo y Seguridad Social, afuera. Ministerio de Educación, Adoctrinamiento, afuera. Ministerio de Transporte, afuera. Ministerio de Salud, afuera. Ministerio de Desarrollo Social, afuera. Se acabó el curro de la política. ¡Viva la libertad, carajo!
Do you love him yet? You gotta love this guy, right? In recent decades, socialism and its necessary rampant spending has led to rapid inflation in Argentina, as it always does, as it's doing here. In Argentina, it's far worse, though. The peso is heading toward being totally valueless. It's lost more than 90% of its value since former leader Alberto Fernandez took office in 2019. The current president is about to be out. Remember when the U.S. hit 9% inflation? Everybody panicked here. It was a really big number. In Argentina, it could be 200% by the end of this year. A country in rapid decline, but loaded with politicians easing their populace into desolation and poverty by distracting them with manufactured problems. Sound familiar? Listen to Argentina's soon-to-be replaced leader, Alberto Fernandez, speaking last year as his country collapses under socialist fiscal policy. Here's what he's worried about.
It is indeed a great honor for me to see you once again. I know we share very similar views in terms of what our societies are demanding. We are concerned about equality issues, the rights of women. We are concerned about climate change.
Sound familiar? Blind the populace with entitlements and identity politics, create the need for more government, even though you have no money, or in our case, 33 trillion negative in debt. Desperately create problems that don't actually exist. All tools of consolidating power as they destroy a free country for their own selfish benefit. You should hate these people. They deserve it. They all look the same, and they're the same here. Here was our press secretary earlier today.
Today, on Transgender Day of Remembrance, we grieve the 26 transgender Americans who were killed this year. Year after year, we see that these victims are disproportionately Black women and women of color. No one should face violence, live in fear, or be discriminated against simply for being themselves.
Sounds familiar. It's all the same, no matter where you go, it's the same exact tactic. If you want to know why our leaders only want to talk about equity, if you want to know why our leaders only want to talk about climate change, it's very simple. They only want to sell you policies that fool you into voting for a larger government. And as Argentina collapses, the Western media is attacking the man chosen by the people to save their country, the only man with a plan that's going to work. 100 years ago, Argentina was one of the wealthiest nations in the world. It's rapidly becoming one of the poorest. They've thrown it all away, and in not much time at all. But it doesn't matter if Javier Milei could save a nation of 45 million people, because he doesn't care about climate change, and he's not too worried about trans rights. That's the real story if you watched any media today. The New York Times describes him as an economist and former TV personality with little political experience who burst onto the traditional closed Argentine political scene with a brash style and embrace of conspiracy theories. Oh, he's all those scary things Trump is, according to the New York Times. The Washington Post, a radical libertarian and admirer of Donald Trump, wrote a wave of voter rage, according to the Post. Voter rage is how they describe it. A very interesting way to describe economic collapse. It's just all crazy right-wing psychopaths in Argentina that put this guy in power. Just continue allowing socialism. Just sit back and take it until your country's destroyed. They want you complacent. Sit back and take it as they test their failed social experiment for the 50th time. Last night, Javier Milei leveled with his people after 80 years of collectivism. Fixing the disease will be very painful, but there cannot be any more fiscal band-aids to hide what they've done. Pain is the only way out of this crisis.
Argentina's situation is critical. The changes are drastic. There is no room for gradualism. There is no room for lukewarmness. There is no room for half measures. The model of decadence has come to an end. There is no turning back.